Let's locate. So good morning to everyone present today for the Streets and Sanitation Committee. Councilman Hockett and Councilman Clay, appointed officials, Troy Kruger, Chandra Phillips, and Paul Jensen, and the man of the day, the Streets and Sanitation Supervisor, Kelly Duffy.
You're welcome. Yeah, it is.
Quite a title.
We have numbers, budget numbers in front of us this early in the year. You're not spending a lot. You tend to spend a lot in bulk. Right about when? October, September, or August?
Yeah,
What do you guys got for us today?
not much. Been pretty quiet.
I really don't have anything in the streets of sanitation. I mean, so far this year, we got the mill, the chip seal has not bid yet. We've received our one bid for mill and overlay. Not a whole lot going on. Kelly's been moving asphalt from the city park, or from the Bailey's Field parking lot to the alleyways in town.
Millings, you mean?
Millions. Yeah, them ones are grindings.
But I guess if my memory's right, there were some questions on the airport in one of our meetings last week. And airport's technically under
Part of this committee, yeah.
If there's something to talk about in airport, we bring it to streets and sanitation. It was on the,
Yeah, there was a financial question that I had Holly bring up. So there's a project there, and ultimately, we have been awarded the grant, all of that, but I just need permission to start spending money, writing checks, in order to actually get reimbursement from the state on the grant. So I had asked if Finance Committee would approve for me to start writing checks on that project.
and they wanted to know what the project was.
So it's the miscellaneous concrete, again, fixing some of the projects in the dips and everything. So council had awarded, or had approved the project technically twice, because the first time I screwed up and said it was closing out the old miscellaneous concrete, which was wrong, so you had to approve it again a second time, saying, yes, let's do a 2024 miscellaneous concrete bid. Yep, so I've only received one bill so far, and that was for Helms, and that was for drawing up the plans for the project, so. And I hadn't even talked to anybody yet to see if Finance Committee had said to go ahead with writing those checks or not, so sorry about that.
I'm on the finance committee. I think we were sent it to full council, weren't we?
Yeah, I went to full council to approve the resolution to start writing the checks. That became the hang up.
Okay,
No checks have been wrote.
no,
It was just on that resolution.
I just had it in my notes to ask that question in the streets when Shanda was back to answer it. Other than that, you guys got anything?
Oh, we can fill up 55 minutes of conversation, easy enough.
On camera?
Don't need to be.
Okay.
Last meeting, I said I was gonna wait for the camera to start, and then I was gonna start doling out the verbal lashings, tongue lashings, and which was just,
Well, for the record,
I don't have anything, I really don't.
before the record, the street department has spent 9.59% of their budget for this year. For people that don't know how to read financial reports or ask for them. Of our current budget, we've spent $148,824.18 in the street department out of a budget of $1,552,059. The sanitation department has two reports. One is the revenue. The sanitation department has collected 16.64% of their revenues for the year. They are budgeted to collect $730,739, and year-to-date, That represents $121,606.60. On the expense side, sanitation has spent 22.07% of their expense budget. That represents $161,237.83 of a total budget of $730,739. You have all those numbers, and then just to throw this out for everybody, what percentage of the year are we through?
At the end of March, you'll be at 25% of the year.
Through today, we're through 19.21% of the year, through today.
Your sanitation revenues, there's several in there that you really don't start to see going up until the warmer months. Your tires, I mean, you get some tires, but your landfill fees that when people are doing remodels and stuff like that, that's when you really start to see those go up. So those aren't always the greatest at the beginning of the year or the end of the year, but.
Just to note them, and put them on record, so it's out there. That's all I have for today.
I got one last thing. Just,
Out of the blue.
I'm just throwing it in there.
All right,
I was
let's-
gonna save it for another meeting, but since Jeremy doesn't wanna go to work and he wants to burn up his 50 minutes,
Let's do it.
recycling. So recycling is, community's asking a lot of questions. Actually, Rotary wants me to give an update on Thursday on how the recycling is going and facts and answers to, recycling is, it's not a moneymaker. And I've been asked multiple times to, like, should we be doing this, should we be doing that? But I guess the biggest thing is I had Travis up last week, Friday, asked him some questions, preparation for the Rotary deal, but what he's noticing. And it's one of those deals. So the discussion has been, do we increase our recycling efforts? And we know there's areas that we can increase our recycling efforts, and then what does it do for us? Like I said, it's not a moneymaker. It saves us bulk. We know that the trailer can be overloaded. The trash weighs more than
It's not a revenue producer so much. It produces some revenue, but it's an expense reductor.
There you go.
And it's a feel-good thing for the planet.
yeah, I mean, so.
I don't know. What's the problem?
Should we increase our recycling efforts and start, putting people on like, so one of the things that we run into is if you forget, I'll just use one of the businesses in town and I'm going to say their name because it's a good example.
Just say the type of business they are.
It's a restaurant.
Okay.
A lot of business goes through the place. And the recycling was there for a while, and now it's dropped off again, and we're noticing it in the trash stream again. There's potential there for probably at least 2 or 3 pickups a week at this. So do we do that? Do we have our guys go do that extra work and not? I've also heard people say that, we should be charging for this. If we're going around and picking up all this cardboard, should we be charging to do so?
Can I interject?
Yep.
I thought we had a conversation about that, and we decided loosely in committee or whatever that we were going to charge for that service, going around to the businesses, picking up their cardboard, which one, reduces trash, saves them time, increases a slight bit of revenue for us. But it's a service we were going to provide. We've had some conversations about this to all commercial customers at a fee. We've had that conversation. I know we have.
Yeah, we have. We've never said this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And one of the problems that we're running into is, the cardboard needs to stay clean.
Yep.
And so that's one of the discussions Travis and I had was, do we bring them another dumpster and then you write on there cardboard only, but the public just uses it and they throw the trash in, and then we're separating out. I mean, if there's a dumpster sitting there next to the other dumpsters, they're going to use it. Whether it's that entity or
Or
it's the
someone
public,
else.
and it's normally the public that does it. So then do we have to come up with some sort of another, and Travis and I have kicked around the idea, of making up like a doghouse type deal. Doesn't look like a dumpster, and it keeps the cardboard clean and dry, and then providing those to these different places. But, I mean, that's probably our biggest obstacle is just to keep the cardboard. Most of those places break it down, and as they're, unloading and they're doing once their truck comes in and they're stocking their shelves, they're breaking all these boxes down, and it's right there. But then the other problem is do we give them a phone number and say, hey, we got cardboard right now, and then we drop everything and we run and go get their cardboard? I
For a
mean,
fee?
I don't know about drop everything, a route. Here's your route, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna do cardboard at whatever works for us, not at their schedule, at their whim. Hey, come get cardboard, and we're in the middle of loading a truck, and whoa, we gotta go get cardboard. No, that's, you do it on a schedule, on a route, at a fee. One time, $5 a pickup in charge, that might be a little light. We talked about $10 a pickup. Obviously, we all know my association with one of the businesses in town that utilizes the service, loves it. Loves it. I mentioned $5 to him once, he said, fine. And I said, it might be more like 10. He's like, what? But it's still a good service. And he's breaking it down and can't say enough good about it. But I think we gotta come up with a schedule, come up with a set fee that works for us when we wanna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to, to offer it to everybody.
All commercial.
Yeah, and then set it up so that, the guys are just going and hitting these places periodically. And then, yeah, it takes out of the waste stream, definitely. I mean, I just went out there the other day, I said, hey, give me a call when the truck dumped. Went out there, you pick through a cardboard box, there's a lot of cardboard in there.
My opinion, I have a lot of opinions, of course, but develop your route and your days of service and times that you are willing to offer this. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I don't care what days work for your schedule, but say 10 o'clock or whatever. Okay, customer X, do you want a 3-day pickup? Do you want a 2-day pickup, a 1-day pickup? And tell us, and you're gonna get billed for those. If we come there and you got one box, you're getting billed. But these are the days on your route that you've signed up for. Simple, I think.
Yeah, I think if we charge them, they're just gonna say, no, we're not gonna do it.
Pardon me?
My opinion is that if we
Really?
say we're gonna charge you for it, they're just gonna say, no, we'll just throw it in the garbage.
That's probably right.
Well, they're not being good stewards of the earth then.
And they don't care.
Some of them, I would agree. Some of those bigger companies, they actually get credits for being green like that too, so. Yeah, that's a tough one.
On the commercial side, I can see, there's certain places that are required to do it. Dollar General, some of those stores, they actually are required to break down their boxes and send them back on the truck to where they, back to their shipping hub, where they recycle. And I'm sure that,
Stores do,
Yeah.
You see BL sitting by the building
which is a good.
occasionally.
I do know that some of those stores that you were just referring to have asked if we have that service that we would provide, and instead of sending them back on their trucks, would be willing to pay city of Winter to do it. But because we don't offer that service, they have to send it back on the truck. Granted, that was like 2 years ago, but
I'm sure the same instance still applies.
I would assume so.
I guess, you know,
Right now, we do.
there's going to be a time in the world where they're gonna say, you have to recycle this, you have to recycle that, you have to recycle that. Those days are coming, no doubt, because landfills are filling up and there's no place to go with trash anymore, but, other than that, everything, I mean, we're about a load and a half a week on the trash side, and that's kind of where we, you know, if you increase your recycling efforts and get the cardboard out of the waste stream, we don't know that. Could we cut back, you know, in a month? Would we save ourselves one trip to Puck? I don't know if we'd see that unless we really went, you know, like, really got on everybody about, like I said, go door to door with the commercial people and say, save your cardboard, we'll be here on such and such a day to pick it up. It's just, I guess, and then part of it's being a good steward.
What if residential wants it?
What's that?
What if residential wants it? There's people out there that
Well,
want
that's another phase,
just
Oh,
the
are-
cardboard.
yeah.
What if they want,
I still think that's where them trailers.
And we
It's hard to
talked
go
about
door
that.
to door to pick
Sorry,
that
Joey.
up.
I have a problem. Something pops in my head, I open my mouth.
Go ahead.
How's the grant coming? Do we know anything? Because we talked about that, putting in,
It's like the 23rd or 24th of this month that they award we don't know anything until it's still in the boardroom, their board members are, but it's coming up here.
how many of those recycling trailers did we built in? 2?
I thought we went for?
I thought we did 4 too.
Oh, yeah, maybe you did. You
We
said
did.
go for 4.
I was pounding the table
Yeah.
about it, but we put those into it. That's the next phase we talked about, Jody. If we have one, wherever you choose to put it in our quadrant, you know, then we take the recycle out there.
That makes sense.
Like we said, we're a situation like the grass pit. It's at the resident's discretion. They go put it in there. It's waterproof, mostly waterproof. They put it in there, then we take it out and you dump it. And
I think the trailers are great. I think the trailers would really, I think the trailers would increase the volume of recycled material because people would, oh, it's just, you know, it's just a couple blocks over here. I'm gonna stop on the way to the grocery store, throw it in
You
there.
know that, they're gonna do that. They get boxes, they're always shopping on Amazon, whatever, boom, they keep them together, they take them down there. I think I think it would work.
I mean,
But like I've said before about commercial, we have to make it available for everybody, and they need to know it is available because we do things equally and fairly for everyone in the city of Winter, no matter their size.
So let's talk a fee.
Pardon me?
Let's talk fees. You're saying a fee. You're saying no fee. You're talking a schedule 1, 2, or 3 times a week you get to choose. What type of fee? How much per stop?
That's why I said $10. One time I thought it was 5, and then somebody else said 10. But there needs to be a fee associated to it. And if they're gonna choose to toss it into the garbage, I guess that's on them. We're doing the right thing. We're providing a service. We're gonna come, and I don't think they can expect us to do it for free, to send our men out there and pick it up, a convenience, adding another convenience, picking up the cardboard.
$3 a stop. If you want 3 stops a week, it's $10 a week. If you want 1 a week, it's $12 a month. Or $2.50. That gets you to that.
I'm not set on a number. It
We
just-
can always-
I mean-
We can always adjust the number as time goes on, but initially, I think we keep it enticing for people,
Affordable.
affordable.
Yeah.
Do you want,
But we can always adjust that, folks. We can always, as time goes on.
I would assume you would want to keep that separate in the revenue stream. So it's not going into the same, you would want it into the recycle, same as where his checks come from Millennial. You would want that separate, which
I would
is fine,
think-
we
I
can do
would
that,
think
but I
so.
just want to
And
make
you're
sure.
gonna need to break recycle expenses off as well. Don't you
No,
think?
they're all in sanitation at this point in time.
Well, if you're separating revenues off, then it makes
Enterprise.
sense to.
Huh?
Sanitation's enterprise, right?
It is. No, it is. I'm back to the fee.
I could
Is
do-
it $2 a stop?
There
Make it
needs to be
affordable?
It needs to be a fee associated. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be at $5, and then I'd heard 10
$5 per.
per stop, per
Per
pickup. I don't think that's absorbent for someone to come around and say, hey, come pick up my goodness, what's $5 or what's $10 or whatever? It saves you from having your employee load up their vehicle, take it out to the recycling center, unload it, come back. That's a half hour of commercial employer's time, which is going to be $10.
What if we have 300 commercial accounts, is that correct, or more? I'd have to look to see how many we have.
Say that again?
How many
300
commercial?
commercial accounts, or do we have more than that?
Kelly, what do you think?
We have like,
I mean, we can easily send out a
but a lot of commercial accounts, it's not gonna, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
gonna
need it.
apply to them.
I don't generate
agree.
that.
To pick that out, I mean, I guess we'd have to sit down with, you know, I guess what I would, my thinking of the way to go about it is sit down and just make a list of all the people in town. I mean, we know, Travis knows, just seeing the trash come in and we can, you know, have a discussion with
but
the
to
river
go to
bottom sanitation people.
Jeremy's point of making sure that every commercial account knows it's available to them.
Right.
Probably should send out a letter to all commercial accounts.
Yeah, we could, that's,
Or it doesn't have to be a letter, postcard, whatever, but.
see who opts into it. You know, do we continue? If we go that route and we do say, okay, there's gonna be a $5 a pickup fee,
Are we providing a tote then? To keep it dry?
we
We
gotta have
do like
something.
we do, come around with a pickup and pick it up, but they're
Well, we gotta have someplace to put it. Like, I know like when.
That's gotta be
at their
part of the
business
fee.
or out there.
At their
At
business.
at the collection point, you.
What are they doing right now with it?
They got their place to store.
Well, like the fast food places, like, you know, your McDonald's and your Dairy Queens and things like that. Taco John's, they bring theirs back up to the store. I mean, the Ace Hardware and then Ace bails their own. So we don't get any cardboard from that place, but, they just break it all down and then they throw it out the back door. And then when they're done unpacking everything, they used to set it aside in that shed. They used to have a place to put it. They don't, you know, that's it. They don't, it's, all it takes is that one person switches their job and then and then it goes in the garbage, you know? And I think that's what's happened at a couple places in town is for a while, we were getting a lot of cardboard from them and now all of a sudden, nothing. And I think it's just that, you know, that one person that was putting it someplace so we could pick it up, they switched jobs and now the next person in line's not doing it. So it's also an effort on our part to keep reminding them that, hey, say, you know, break your cardboard down, save it, let it, you know, we'll be around to pick it up. But
My problem with the dumpster is now you gotta get somebody to crawl in and out of a dumpster to get cardboard.
What if it's a tote?
Well, the totes, I mean, they're smaller, but how much you gonna get in there?
As long as they're
About the
broke down,
300,
quite
I
a
thought
bit.
the 300 too, but
yeah, they fill up pretty
There's
fast, I
no-
know.
Yeah, you don't get much cardboard.
you just make the job that much harder for that guy to go get it.
And not much more dangerous if we, I mean,
Well,
that's gonna raise your work.
crawling in and out of that dumpster's not fun.
I know.
I know I suck at it.
Golden Prairie Manor can't get up. When they get their delivery truck comes in, they can't fit their cardboard in one of the 97-gallon totes. They had to have two of them.
How about the 300?
How do you
I
empty
think
it
that's what
though?
we ended up bringing them was a 300.
That's what I thought.
So,
So then on top of cardboard pickup, we're also providing another
Right.
receptacle for,
So
do
they're,
we have the amount of totes or dumpsters currently, or would we have to purchase more?
no, we wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have to purchase more? Okay.
we've got,
If you just look at dates, March 18th, if that's what you guys were to choose, because you'd have to add it to your garbage resolution, would be your reading. It wouldn't be published till the 27th, according to our newspaper. They don't publish it till the week after our council meeting. And then it would be effective April 16th. So you could make it, as of May 1st billing, you could make it effective that quickly, if that's what council wanted to do.
I don't know if we need to provide totes. Maybe that's something we do down the road. But let's just start off. We have a route that we're doing. there's, how many we pick up right now?
20,
There's quite a few, Travis and Blaine, they were,
good round number.
depends on who's.
And they're doing their own deal with their cardboard right now.
Yeah, some people are good about it. You know, some people have, once a week they show up, or they show up on the Tuesday, Thursdays with cardboard. There's a few businesses in town that do that. So is that an option for them? Still gonna charge them the $5, or if they say, no, we don't wanna pay the $5, we'll bring it out there.
Sure, they can do that. We don't charge anybody to bring it out, do we? They separated the cardboard out, they drop it off. $5 is the convenience fee of us coming to you and picking up the cardboard.
Yep. If you still wanna bring it out, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
a scratch, yeah.
Part of this is also gonna be a matter of just making the public aware.
Aware.
Your commercial side,
You and your guys work through it, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a big rush, just let's keep moving forward on it. In my opinion, that we need to offer to all commercials, and then if we get this grant, we get our trailer totes, that covers the residential side, it's a great deal. But offer it as a service so everybody knows it's available. Facebook, radio, newspaper, postcard, whatever, one shot, hey, you know it's available. If you don't catch everybody there, well, we tried.
So maybe you wanna do a mailing first and see what our response is to it?
I think you and Kelly and Travis talk about it. Come up with your schedule, come up with your plan, and then bring it back to the next street sanitation committee, and this is what we decided that we would like to try and do. And then Mr. Hockett and I and the mayor will say, hey, sounds like a great plan. Let's send it to council.
Simple.
Is that what you're gonna say, Mr.
Simple,
Hawkins?
simple.
Simple.
I think you
No, I
just do a
love it.
press
No,
release
it's
through
good
the
conversation
newspaper
talking about this.
and through the radio. I don't even think you have to do a mailing.
It's a little premature because we
do
haven't
it.
heard anything on the grant
You know,
yet. That's why I didn't bring it up,
when you're doing
because
recycling
we haven't heard
one day,
anything on the
that's
grant.
manpower.
If we
Doing
do,
garbage the
like
next day,
I
you
say,
know,
if we get those trailers, I think you're gonna see your,
I think
Recycling.
exponentially you're gonna see the
I mean,
cardboard,
more
'cause
days.
people's gonna-
So, not to make it more complicated.
Does that make sense?
but we're gonna be out picking up the
just
trailers
plain
anyways,
paper,
once a week or
you know.
twice a week,
Or
so.
twice
We're
a
gonna
week.
have to.
You want them
We'll have to set a
to,
schedule.
I assume, call you saying they want to opt in, or do you want them to call Brandy to say they want to opt in so that it can go onto their account?
Well, if they're gonna get billed, they need to call Brandy.
Okay. So I just with this press release, that's what I'm wondering.
Let's
if I
hold
need to
off.
Prepare.
Hold off.
We're
on
just
that,
bouncing
yeah.
ideas,
Yeah.
but
No, I
Concrete plan.
agree, but
Well, 20 more minutes.
That was good.
hey, spring cleanup,
Oh, yeah.
Spring cleanup.
that got people really excited.
well, you know, one thing about it, if the public is
It's the
aware
Third weekend and.
that
Yeah.
we at least are aware of an issue of how much cardboard is in our regular trash. And then just the natural long-term effect of that is going to be, we're running more expense to get it to Puck. We're running more expense for tipping fees. It's gonna come back to the public. And in the future, you're gonna see more increase in your costs unless we can really focus more on the recycle part of this.
Cardboard's the easiest thing to recycle it.
Mhm.
It is.
You
Yeah.
break down the box, or you don't even break down, you toss it in, whatever, take it out.
break it down.
But, you know, your plastics, your metal cans, whatever, that's a little bit more, you gotta rinse them out, whatever, but cardboard's really simple.
Yep.
Paper. We take 3 kinds of paper. We take like newspaper, then we take your letterhead paper, and then cardboard. So it just comes in and they have it sorted. They throw it in a tote, we make a bale out of it, set it aside. The plastic and the cans are most labor intensive, but the best bang for your buck is the aluminum by far. I mean, every time we send a trailer to Sioux Falls, $1,200 worth of the $1,800 to $2,000 on that trailer is aluminum. The rest of it's, I mean, like this last one, we got there was like 5 tons of cardboard on there, and we got $127 for it. I mean, it doesn't even pay for the baling
All those
twine, you know, for the
got
baling
$50.
twines, you know, that we put on it to make a bale out of it. But it's, you know, it is what it is. It's, it's not gonna go away. That's, you know, that's the one thing that you can almost be guaranteed on is,
Take 5 tons times 50-some bucks, right?
No, that's right. It is-
hopefully some
That
One of
adds
these-
up there, to me.
genius people out there in the world figure out that they can make something out of cardboard that we
That's right.
absolutely can't live without, and all of a sudden cardboard becomes a huge commodity, and we can't get enough of it. But if you take one trip, you know, one round trip from Puck is $500. So
6,000 a year.
if you put an effort, if you put the effort into doing it, you know, you don't see the payback right away, but, and then, like I said, it's, you know, recycling is, in our part of the world, it's the right thing to do, but not everybody does it.
That's all I got.